Are you excited about the new Epic Game Store? If you haven't heard of it yet, it's a new game platform from the creators of the Unreal Engine and Fortnite, Epic Games. With this new store, developers will have an additional option for publishing their titles, staying connected with their player base, and earning more revenue. But that's not all. Let's take a closer look in this video on why this is a significant development for the developer community. We are Ask Gamedev, and these are 7 reasons why the Epic Game Store excites us. Welcome back. We make videos on how to elevate your games and inspire others. Number 1. Epic Game Store already has a huge existing user base. The store has been built directly into the Epic Games launcher, which is required for the PC versions of all the Epic Game titles. Fortnite alone has grown from a 30 million registered player base in December 2017 to a player base of 200 million worldwide as of the release date for this video in early 2019. While these statistics include players on all platforms, it's safe to assume that the number of players on PC are significant. This could mean big sales opportunities for those that get in early. The immense size of the existing user base has encouraged other developers to begin showcasing their titles in the Epic Game Store, including Supergiant Games' Hades, Coffee Stain's Satisfactory, and Double Damage's Rebel Galaxy Outlaw. With more developers and quality titles surely on their way. Number 2. The man behind Steam Spy worked on it. The second reason for our excitement relates to one of our favorite industry innovators, none other than Steam Spy developer Sergey Galionkin. You may be asking yourself, who the heck is Sergey Galionkin and what in the world is Steam Spy? Let's review. Steam Spy is a tool that Sergey made in 2015 to estimate Steam sales data and trends. Indie developers, journalists, students, and any other party interested in PC gaming used it to approximate statistics like game sales and average playtime per game. It was especially useful for a macro view of how certain genres and themes were trending. Steam Spy became a must-have tool for indie developers as it provided the data to inform strategic decision-making. It stands to reason that the man behind Steam Spy knows a lot about what sells and how store platforms can be successful. Sergey has been applying those lessons to the development of the Epic Game Store for the past several years. Sergey was quoted stating, "I've learned a lot about how games are tracking, week over week. How effective are sales? Not as much as people think. Exposure is more important. And more importantly, I got to talk to hundreds of developers to learn what they want from a digital store and what they like and what they don't like about existing ones." The immense value of these insights means big things for the Epic Game Store. Number 3. A lower platform fee. Epic's 12% platform fee is amazing for developers, leaving them with up to a solid 88% revenue share for every title sold. But wait, there's a platform fee? That's right. We all know that even a store needs revenue to survive. What makes Epic Game Store different is their belief that it doesn't require 30% of revenue to successfully host a title. As of today, all of the major established platforms, Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, Apple iOS, and Google Android all require the 30% fee on game sale revenue. In a recent announcement, Valve amended their percentage split to benefit their higher-selling titles. Developers who manage to earn $10 million or more will see their split drop to 25%, while those raking in $50 million will have their split drop to 20%. This drop in revenue split was somewhat frustrating to the indie development community, as it provided larger developers with an increase in revenue, while indies got stuck with the 30% fixed rate. But the Epic Store announcement has already led to some encouraging developments, as you'll see in our next point. Number 4. Competition breeds innovation and better terms. So now that Epic has stepped up and broken rank with the high revenue splits of gaming stores across other platforms, some stores are starting to follow suit. Discord has recently announced their release of a game store favoring indie-developed, self-published titles at a favorable 90-10 revenue split for 2019. We're hoping that it's only a matter of time before additional store platforms join Epic and Discord and begin taking notice and amend their own terms to keep up with the competition. Number 5. No UE4 fees. Reason number 5 for our Epic Games Store excitement is an increased share of revenues for those developers who choose to use Unreal Engine for their game development. Since Epic is the creator of Unreal Engine, it's no wonder they are more than willing to cover the 5% engine royalty fee for sales on titles released in the Epic Games Store. Let's break the savings down with an example that includes an estimated revenue of $100,000. On an existing platform like Steam, the 30% platform fee on $100K would be $30K, and the 5% Unreal Engine fee would be $5K, leaving the dev with $65,000. Switching gears, let's now compare that return to what the developer can expect from the new Epic Games Store. That 5% royalty fee is waived, so all we subtract from that $100,000 revenue is the 12% platform fee. This leaves developers with a whopping $88,000 in revenue. That's a difference of 23%, or $23,000. Number 6. Options to build relationships with your customers. Number 6 on our excitement list revolves around developers' increased options to build relationships with their customers. On the Epic Games Store, players have the option to share their email with developers to get in touch. Also, when purchasing a title, players are automatically subscribed to the developer's newsfeed. This level of connection with buyers is unprecedented. This allows for developers to reach out to their player base with game updates and news about upcoming releases. As the newsfeed is front and center, players will be able to keep up to date with their favorite titles and developers. This opens the doors for developers to host their own back-and-forth communication access on their terms through pushing their users to a personal website, Twitch stream, or a Discord server. Before we get to the final reason to be excited about the Epic Games Store, let's take a look at the Ask Gamedev Community Member Game of the Week. Complete with its retro art style and original soundtrack, Unichrome by Super 8-Bit Rafa is a solo-developed platforming adventure where players control a unicorn in search of color. While Unichrome originally began as a Game Jam project, it is now in full development with weekly updates and is available on itch.io. And finally, number 7 in our list of reasons to be excited about the Epic Games Store: free games. And we mean free. These aren't games that are already free to play. These are games that normally have an associated price but are offered free to download and keep. There will be 2 free games per month, and they're only free for a limited time, encouraging players to visit the store and grow their game collection on a regular basis. The first free titles available were Subnautica and Super Meat Boy. Right now, they are giving away What Remains of Edith Finch, and that will be followed up by the Jackbox Party Pack. These are quality titles, and if it's a sign of the type of free games to come, then we are very excited. Thanks for watching. For more Ask Gamedev, check out this recent video we did on the best game stores to sell your games, or this playlist.